So, good day everyone. We will be tackling about the chapter 1 of the subject in this pre-made video lecture, which is specifically all about the field of forensic document examination. So, the objectives of this chapter's topic are, at the end of this chapter, the student will be able to define forensic science and forensic document examination, enumerate the functions of the PNP, okay, divisions, or the PNP question document examination divisions, because there are different divisions when it comes to this particular laboratory work, and describe the work of a forensic document examiner. What do they do, or what are the particular ways and means do they commit, or do they apply when it comes to solving crime? Okay, so content of this subject or topic or chapter 1 is all about the forensic science, the forensic question document, or the forensic document examinations again, and then next the PNPQD division is what I've said, and then the forensic question document examination. Yeah. So first, what is forensic science? So broadly speaking, forensic science is the application of scientific techniques and principles in order to provide evidence to legal or related investigations and determinations. Okay, so
by this time, um,
by this time, we are just like going to talk about crime shows in non-stop media filled with reality shows, cooking competitions, just like that, and whatever is happening around. Okay, police procedurals are probably as close as most of us are going to get to seeing science portrayed in prime time, diba? And the techniques that crime fighters use to catch the bad guys vary from show to show, but a lot of time it involves forensics. Okay, and I hope later on you will be able to understand and assimilate what really forensics do mean. So, which is basically the use of science in the field of law, specifically criminal law. So, different kinds of forensic investigations have different roles. So, isa lang po ito sa lahat ng mga forensic science na pag-aaralan nyo sa category ng criminalistics, because all in all there are 6 if I'm not mistaken. Like analyzing crime scenes and running tests in the lab, and they can specialize beyond that on analyzing DNA or bullet, for example, or your ballistics. Yeah. So generally they have an undergraduate degree in scientific field like chemistry or biology, or more targeted at forensic science itself. So some have ME graduates, and depende sa requirements and qualifications on how to become one, but they have one thing in common. Lahat ng mga forensic sciences that I've mentioned about the DNA, the ballistics, the question document examinations, your dactyloscopy, yan, mga forensic science yan. So they have only one thing in common: using science to find, gather, and analyze evidence that can be used in court. Yun lang yung common. Okay? Depende lang sa incident on what particular problem that has to be solved. If it is all about determining the fingerprints that has been found at the crime scene, then it is talking about all about dactyloscopy. So this one we are talking about documents. So in simple terms, forensic science is an application of science to criminal and civil law. So in other words, forensic science is used to solve crimes. So that's why you are here to study forensic question document examination, because this particular science or forensic or a division or subjects that you have will help you in the future when you become someday one of the law enforcement officer in the Tri Bureau. So what do forensic scientists do? They analyze the crime scene, they analyze evidence to testify before the court of law about the evidence they have collected. So they collect, they testify, they collect, examine, and analyze. Okay. So next, let's talk about the forensic question document examination. So forensic question document examination, it is the practice of the applications of document examination to the purpose of the law. Okay? This document or this includes the identification of handwriting kasi we are talking about the question document examination. So this involves the study of identifying the handwriting, typewriting, the authenticity of signature. When we talk about the authenticity, ang pinag-uusapan dito ay yung pagiging true or the originality of the document. If it is coming from the person who really provides it, who really produces it. Okay? Alterations in documents. Meron bang binura, meron bang dinagdag, and so on. The significance of inks and papers. In this particular subject, you are also going to identify even the age of the document. Okay? This is a part of it. That's a part of it. So sequence. And next, the writing instruments and what kind of writing instruments that has been used. Sequence of writings and other elements of a document in relation to its authenticity. Yan. Forensic document examination or FDE is a forensic science discipline in which experts, examiners evaluate documents disputed in the legal system. When we talk about disputed documents, these are the documents that are being questioned. Okay, disputed eh. So, may pinag-uusapan dyan. In the legal system, so documents may be defined broadly as being any material bearing with marks, signs, or symbols intended to convey a message. So documents are not just simply a kind of document that we barely know about a certain document or paper, no. Anything that conveys a meaning. Even a stamp conveys a meaning, diba? So, question document examinations involve the comparison of the document. Okay, examinations or aspects of the documents. So, to set of a known standards, for example, the authentic specimen. Also, what is the goal of this thing? So, the goal of the forensic document examiner, of course, is to systematically evaluate the attributes and characteristics. So comparison is very important in this matter because while comparing, you are going in the process, you are going to produce or you're going to extract or you will be able to know what are the characteristics of this particular document that is being questioned, or a disputed document that we call, and then the authentic one. If the characteristic matches, that is only the sign that this particular document is authentic or original. But if the matches do not match and there is somehow a difference between the characteristics, that may be a sign of a disputed or a forged document. So, what are the standards of practice of the forensic question document examiner? So, they establish genuineness or non-genuineness, or to expose forgery. Sinabi natin forgery, ito yung pag imitate the copy, or to reveal alterations. May mga binura ba, may mga dinagdag ba yan. Additions, mga dinagdag, or deletions, may mga binura. Identify or eliminate person as the source of handwriting. So this one is actually the most important one. Identify or eliminate persons as the source of handwriting by asking the sample of their handwriting. If, again, comparison kasi ang importante dyan. Once makita mo that characteristics of that particular handwriting that is being questioned, and then the particular document or signature that has been produced by someone whom you suspect, that helps a lot to let the person free or i-interrogate pa or imbestigahan pa. Identify or eliminate the source of typewriting or other impressions, just like marks or relative evidence, and write reports or give testimony when needed. to aid the users of the examiner's services in understanding the examiner's findings yon. So next, so what are the examinations that are included in this particular work? So meron tayong handwriting and signature comparison, just what I have said earlier. Of course, to determine the characteristics of both, the detection of alterations, deletions, and substitutions. May binago ba? May sinubstitute ba na particular word or letter? The mechanical and electronic impressions and comparisons. The detection of counterfeits. Kinounterfeit ba? The decipherment of obliterated text. Ang bibigay linaw sa mga obliterated texts or document. The examination of water-soaked, charred, stained, or torn documents. Yan, mga nasira na, nalublob na sa tubig, nagka-stain na, yan. Na-examine, it can also still be detected. So, ink and paper comparison, determination of sequence of entry, yung pagkakasunod-sunod na sulat, the detection and analysis of indented and other accidental writings, the age of document, sinasabi ko kanina sa inyo, the wheels, yan, yung mga pahuling sulat, the checks, of course, checks, to identify if the signature in that particular check is authentic, kasi it's not just that easy to magpapaano ka ng check sa bangko, credit card and receipts, business contracts, yan. Business contracts are very important, most especially nowadays. So why do you think is the purpose of the origin of this particular papers or contracts? So business contracts provide necessary, legal protections that you need in any operation. Not only do contracts minimize risk, but they protect both you and your company by helping you understand your rights and obligations under agreement. A written contract is not only important aspect of business agreement. So try to imagine if this written agreement is not void. Di ba? Or void. So what's the purpose of this certificate origin? So it is very important kasi international trade, for example, document that certifies that goods in a particular export shipment are wholly obtained and produced, manufactured, or processed in a particular country. Yan. Marriage contract, siguro naman alam natin bakit kailangan malaman na this is authentic or not. Birth certificates, mortgages, deed of sale, transfers, and lease. Yan, napaka-importante. Insurance application. Agreements, accounting ledgers, and financial records, anonymous and threatening letters, suicide notes, yan. All suicide notes are not just accepted as suicide notes, they're also being investigated by how? Examining or comparing the suicide notes found at the crime scene and the handwriting of the victim, if it matches or if it doesn't matches. So tests and examinations, medical charts, diaries, agendas, and appointment books, and of course definitely the legal files. So that is all for this topic.